Hey guys, Super Mario Poke here, and I have two VGC battles for you back to back today. Um, this first one is against a Sun team, which is really cool, and I think it's really powerful. Lilligant is an amazing Pokemon. Its speed is doubled in the Sun, and it has After You. And I believe this was actually there was also an Oranguru on the team preview, and it was like a Trick Room style, but it can go Trick Room or Sun, which is awesome. I go ahead and I lead out with Arcanine and Weavile because I want to get some fake out pressure off. It can weaken Eruption. Um, and I am very worried about the Lilligant, and I think Arcanine can take an Eruption and then handle the Lilligant with a Burnout in the Sun. My opponent here goes for a double Protect. Just doesn't want to deal with the fake out, decides to burn a turn of Sun, so to conserve the power of Eruption. At this point, I'm kind of frustrated because I want to fake out, and then I fake out the Lilligant because I don't want to get hit with Sleep Powder, and then I wanted to just burn it out because I knew I would live the Torkoal, and Torkoal also would be going last because it can't use After You. This turn, I know Arcanine is the biggest threat for my opponent, so I go ahead and use Protect, wanting to avoid Sleep Powder, which I predicted correctly, and I get the Icicle Crash off just to try to take out this Lilligant, and then I find out that it is Focus Sashed, which is a pretty big problem. And Torkoal just, does what Torkoal does best and takes knockouts. So he's going to go ahead and take out the knockout on Weavile. Choosing not to use the Eruption, probably because he didn't go for After You. This turn, I send in Porygon Z. He actually retreats the Torkoal into Marowak. And I believe I go for a Protect here, but I don't quite remember. Yeah, I go for Protect. I'm worried about what do you call it? The Eruption After You combo, so I Protect this turn. Turns out he switches into Marowak, which is a big problem because now I'm kind of stuck. I can't take two Flare Blitzes in a row, which is rather unfortunate. My Porygon Z is built so it can survive a Flare Blitz, but not in the Sun. And so Porygon Z goes down, I can't set it up, and Porygon Z is probably the strongest Pokemon on my team if I can get the Z move off. And Lilligant actually avoids the Snarl this turn, which is insane. And rather unfortunate. So I go into Tapu Lele, and Tapu Lele's Psychic Surge will activate Psychic Terrain for 5 turns. And then I have the Psychic Seed on it, which will raise my special defense, which will be helpful against the Torkoal later on. I go for the Protect this turn. I need Arcanine to get a Snarl off, and for it to land, I can actually take a double knockout this turn. Marowak gets hit with the After You and uses Shadow Bone to take out the Tapu Lele, but I use Protect, and then I use Snarl, which will take out the Lilligant this time, and because it's super effective, it'll take out Marowak as well. This puts myself in an amazing position. Torkoal comes out and he's going to reveal his last Pokemon, which is Celestia. And at this point, I'm just thinking, like, I'm in a great position. I can take out this Torkoal. It's not sashed. I can hit it with Psychic, and I'll just go up, burn up into the Celestia slot just to deal with it, because I can definitely one-shot it with Burnout in the Sun, or Burn Up in the Sun. Psychic does take the one hit, which is great, and then my opponent concedes the game. And so that's the end of the first match. Now my opponent's team is actually really cool. You have the option of going like fast with Lilligant in the Sun, or you can go slow with Trick Room and Oranguru. And I forget what the 6th Pokemon was, but I remember there was an Oranguru in Team Preview because I was actually pretty worried about the Trick Room Eruption shenanigans. which is partially why I led with the Weavile in the first place. So, as I said before, I'm working on getting like a capture card for my DS to get either to live stream or to record these easier than using a camera, because I know it's like not the best quality. But I still want to start getting these out. I have a lot of battles saved up, and I've had a lot of fun playing Sun and Moon, specifically the VGC. And soon I will start going into singles, just kind of letting that settle a little bit, because I have some VGC tournaments coming up that I'm preparing for, and this is part of that. And most of these matches are also on the higher end of the VGC ladder on BattleSpot right now, so it's pretty nice having them. I really like this gen. The Versus Seeker lets you save as many battles as your SD card can hold, at least that's what I assume. So it's great. I have a bunch of battles saved up from my laddering on the BattleSpot ladder, just to play for you guys. So my next battle is against Leo SSQ. I've had a few battles with this guy. He's pretty fun to battle against. He is using a pretty standard team, just like 6 very strong Pokemon that work decently together type coverage wise and defensively. Celestia is a big problem for my team, and here I'm bringing the same team I showed you guys in the first video. My main answer to it is the Marowak, so I have to bring Marowak when I see this in the team preview, because like most of my Pokemon cannot handle Celestia very well. Celestia is an amazing Pokemon. So I lead Gyarados and Tapu Lele, and he leads Tapu Koko and his Gyarados. I just want to get the Intimidate off. If I get an Intimidate off, then there's a chance Tapu Lele can survive from Celestia. And it's almost never bad leading with it. There are times, and it's a little scary leading against a Tapu Koko. But I have gotten rid of the Psychic Terrain, and I can always switch out Gyarados. And I choose to switch into Marowak to abuse the lightning type moves. He goes for a Grass Knot, which does actually a decent amount of damage to my Marowak, considering it's Grass Knot. And I just go for Psychic, and in Psychic Terrain, Life Orb, Timid Psychic will KO Tapu Koko, I think 100% of the time, if not very close to 100% of the time. So I take out the knockout, or I take the knockout as he goes for a Dragon Dance. I could have gone for Taunt. I carried Taunt. I could have taunted the Gyarados, but I really want to take out that Tapu Koko. And here comes the Celestia. It's kind of... It's actually very annoying. He actually goes for a second Dragon Dance, which I thought was a little greedy, but we'll see if it pays off. I go for Psychic into the Gyarados slot. It will not take it out, even in Psychic Terrain and with Life Orb. Gyarados are just really bulky, but the Flare Blitz will take out the Celesteela. And that is a big turn for me, because that Pokemon is the biggest threat on his team for mine, as my only answer really is the Marowak. Here, I switch out Tapu Lele. I want to conserve it for later. And I go into my Gyarados to get the Intimidate off. Go ahead and bring down the Gyarados back to +1, or back to +0, because I got the Intimidate off at the beginning. And I protect the Marowak. He goes ahead and waterfalls into the Gyarados slot, and it does a good amount of damage considering it's resisted in +0. And my Gyarados is bulky. Here, he'll just go for a waterfall and take out the Marowak. And I had forgotten that Thunder Wave will get hit with the Lightning Rod for some reason. I thought it was only damaging moves. So I basically burn my turn there, not doing much, and I get hit with a Shadow Bone. Rather unfortunate, but it happens. The waterfall would not have KO'd the Gyarados, or I mean I don't think my waterfall would take out the Marowak in one hit. I'm not 100% sure, and I know it wouldn't do that 100% of the time. Here I use my own Protect, I want to just protect, try to take one more hit from Gyarados, protect, and then take out the Marowak. He goes for his Z move, and this is very early on the ladder, or early on in the days of the ladder, so like things weren't, and nowadays it's like Gyarados has a very, like you can assume that Gyarados is carrying a Z Crystal most of the time. If you don't see like Life Orb damage or anything, and he gets a crit. I don't actually know if that mattered. I'm gonna assume it does because I resist, but Z moves are really powerful. Here Psychic Terrain goes away, and I get to reset it with Tapu Lele, which is important because I believe I need Psychic Terrain to take the knockout on Marowak. But yeah, the Gyarados has carried the Z Crystal a lot now, because it's just when your Waterfall isn't doing enough, even after a Dragon Dance, you can just turn that switch and take out the Pokemon that's blocking your path from victory. So I go for Heavy Slam on the Marowak, and my Celestia is physically bulky, and so I actually barely survive this, which is awesome. And that's why damage calcs are, and the damage calc website is amazing, because you can calc these sort of things and make sure your Pokemon can live hits, and then you can rely on that and use that to throw off your opponent. So here, just in case, I go for the Protect, and I take out the Marowak with Psychic, and then that'll be the end of this game as well. So I hope you guys enjoy both these battles. Two different teams. If there's any Pokemon you want me to look over, do some sets for, show you guys some damage calcs and that sort of stuff, let me know below in the comment section. If you enjoyed these battles, go ahead and leave a thumbs up on this video. It's been a lot of fun playing some games. I think I have over 100 games on BattleSpot now, something like ridiculous. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'm gonna try to build some new teams, get some more variety, because most of my videos are either saved with this team or the team with the Porygon on it, because the Porygon team is where I got a majority of my BattleSpot points. But we'll see. I'll have new videos coming out sometime soon, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.